I was bankrupt 3 times. After each bankrupt, I came back 2-3x more. We got $50 billion of total net worth under one roof. We got around 2,500 people that attended. What is the real impact that you're doing? Yes, you sold product. Yes, you created a successful business. But did you change someone's life? You know how big that is. You don't just change that person's life. You change that person's entire family's life. You probably even change that person's future family. That for me is a success, even if I didn't make money off of it. If only one person benefits from whatever it is that we're doing, I'm happy, because that person might end up going and changing the world. Like if I ask someone, where are you going in the next 5 years with your personal brand? A lot of them will just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna grow followers. I just wanna get more engagement. But that's not how you get more engagement, and that's not how you grow followers. You need to have a proper funnel to monetize. How did Samsung start? How that transformation didn't start. And one day they were doing this, then they switched to something else. It took gradual change, and then that's what the new perception of you would be. You wanna get wealthy? You build your own systems, you build your own marketing, you build your own products or services, and you start blasting. And I've seen people that done this properly and they're making millions a month.
Having a summit, having an event, it's hell of a work.
What?
What is the hardest part of creating an event? Ghazi Al Yaman. He's not just building brands, he's building a movement. CEO of Brand Me Social, co-founder of Bottle Flip Agency, creator of the Brand Me Summit, and the voice behind the powerful Disconnect initiative. November
22-23
in Dubai, the second edition of Brand Me Summit. What people expect.
So this year there's
Welcome back, Alphas, to another inspiring episode of the Alpha Talk Show, the #1 and fastest growing show in the region. Today's Alpha guest didn't just ride the social media wave. He built his own surfboard. From launching viral shows, to founding agencies, to preaching digital detox in an addicted world. He's not just building brands, he's building a movement. CEO of Brand Me Social, co-founder of Bottle Flip Agency, creator of the Brand Me Summit, and the voice behind the powerful Disconnect initiative. He's a man of strategy, spirit, and storytelling. Ghazi Al Yaman, welcome to the Alpha Talk Show.
Thank you so much, Seif. I appreciate it.
Brother, I'm so happy that you're with me on the show, and I'm sure it's gonna be a great episode today. Before we start, I'd love to ask a question. Once we publish the episode on all the platforms, people will see the thumbnail, they will see the graphics, they will see the title, and they will say that, oof, that looks an interesting episode. What can you promise them today to gain if they gave us their time?
They gain an insight on how to build themselves, their presence, in an authentic way, in a way where people not just want to follow you, but they actually get inspired by you. There's a lot of influencers out there, but there's very little influential people.
True.
That if they tell you, do XYZ tomorrow, you actually do XYZ tomorrow. Because there's a lot of influencers, they have views, they have follows, they have likes, they have comments and stuff like that. Zero influence. Who are they influencing? I don't know. They can either be a billboard even.
True.
They can be as a billboard on a busy street.
True.
But when someone has real influence, people are buying in to their ideologies. They are buying into their lifestyle. They are buying in to what they are preaching. Why? Because they believe in them. They believe in their vision. They believe in their mission. And this is what we are trying to teach at Brand Me Summit.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to go back a little bit. You started in corporate, in big companies,
Yes.
and you also left at a young age, but you grew fast in them, and you decided to leave the corporate world to start your own journey with your brother. Tell me about the corporate world first.
Sure.
What was the corporate world for you?
Corporate was obviously a place where I learned. But if you want me to tell you straight up how I felt during corporate, I was not that happy. Because I come up from a very anti-authoritarian personality, right? So I come up with ideas at a very fast rate, and I like to implement these ideas directly. I don't wait for tomorrow.
Okay.
I have a phrase, I always say it, do it now, right?
Exactly.
Not just do it, you can just do it eventually.
True.
Do it now. Why? Because the speed to market on the ideas that you have is your competitive edge against any of your competitors. So in corporate, as you know, and mashallah, you have a very big corporate background, there is a lot of hierarchy and a lot of red tapes and a lot of things that would not let you to move as fast as you'd like to be. And that's why corporate for me was never the answer. And in a matter of fact, I'd rather sleep on the streets outside and not go back to corporate. Because I know what I'm building is not for me. What I'm building is for people. When we did Brand Me Summit 1, I kid you not, I was getting messages like, when is the second one coming? Because the first one benefited me so much. I started making my first $10,000. I started making my first $30,000. I started making my first $100,000. When I saw these messages, I was like, you know what? We're not building something for us. And I always tell everyone, this is not for us. It's for the community. It's for us to engage. It's for us to grow. It's for us to get inspired. But at the same time, it's a way for us to give back to the community the things that we know. Because everyone we're getting is our network. So,
I'll stop you here a little because I don't want to dig in the brand Me Summit now. But you said something. It's time to give back to the community.
yes.
A lot of people feel this at a very late age. Like, like when you hit 50 and you did everything that you want from life and say like, okay, it is time to give back to community. You're giving back to community so fast. Why is that?
Honestly, it's a way of fulfillment, right? Yes, we opened businesses. Yes, we did this. Yes, we did that. Yes, we did that. But the only thing that gave me the most fulfillment for me and Ayman was giving back. Because you will see the people's lives change in front of you. There's no such power there's no such thing you can ever do that would give you that kind of satisfaction. Like, imagine someone came up to me after and it was like, because of you, I started my business. And because of you, I took that chance and now I'm something.
This is coming from, there are two types, because I know the background, of course, but I would love to ask it to you. This is coming from an absolute fulfilled personality, or it's coming from an absolute hunger personality that somebody fulfilled it, so you're giving back. The why behind it.
So, alhamdulillah, there is still hunger. There's still
true,
so many
always.
things that we want to do and so many things that we are going to accomplish, and we're already planning and working towards these goals. But at the same time, I'm from the ideology and no, why should we be an individualistic society? Why can't we push everyone with us as a society as a whole to grow and to become better and to become stronger? Because when you're pushing everyone with you, you're also pushing yourself as well.
True.
So look at most of the people that build billion-dollar companies like Amazon, right?
Yeah.
How many millionaires are there because of Amazon?
True.
Right? So that's the whole ideology behind what we're doing and how we're doing it. And we're trying to build that industry from the ground up. Fun fact, we're the first and largest personal branding summit in the world. Why? Because there are no personal branding summits in the world. It's all filtered within startups, within
entrepreneurship, business,
tech,
whatever,
right? So we're literally building a new niche that's not there yet.
True.
It's just touching the iceberg.
I'll go back. How long did you stay in corporate?
Around 4 or 5 years.
What did you learn? Because of course you learned something from there.
100%. I learned that there's some rules that I need to follow. And we do work with a lot of corporates now. So I know their language, I know their lingo, I know what they want to hear, and I present it to them. Whereas if I did not work corporate, I wouldn't know what goes on within these companies to get things approved, to pitch things and things like that. So that was very important for me.
True.
But if you would ask me, would you, Ghazi, go back and not go through the corporate route? I think I would say yes. Because I think the potential of more money and more success I would have gotten at even a younger age, it would have been even more expedited.
Okay. The day come, or the day came, that you said, okay, I'm done with corporate. I want to be on my own. Did it take you a lot of time to think? Did you consult people? You know, a lot of people pass through this journey and come to a point, okay, should I jump now? Not now, later. You have maybe family, friends. Are you crazy? You're working in Nestle, Zomato. Where the hell are you going? I'm going to build an agency. Okay.
See, I always had my dad's support, whether it's corporate or whatever. He told me do it.
Okay.
My dad came from an ideology that if I'm not going to take the risk now, I'm never going to take the risk. And he's always been an entrepreneur at some level. So he told me, if you feel like you want to do it, do it. However, here's a key word here. I did not take that step before I started my agency as a side hustle, and it was making 3-4x my salary.
Super.
That's when I told them. That's when they actually asked me to come in for the review. You know how corporates like to always review things?
True.
They don't act, they review. They were like, oh, you're doing a good job. Although I was still doing my side hustle. You're doing a good job. We want to give you a raise. I'm like, great. What's my raise? 5-10%. I looked at him like this. I was like, I'm done. He said, no, you're not done. I was like, yeah, I'm done. The meeting's done. He's like, no, I didn't let you go. I'm like, you don't have to let me go. I'm leaving. He's like, leaving where? I'm like, leaving the company. I don't need you guys. He was very shocked. It was because I was overperforming. I was one of the overperformance in the company. It was very, very shocked. And then they understood later that I had my agency and I was already making almost 5x what I was making.
I love that because a lot of people don't think in that way. So you start your side hustle on a side.
Yes.
You made sure that it works.
Yes.
And then you jumped.
Yes. I was experimenting.
True.
So treat your corporate job as your experimental phase. And that's what I did. I was experimenting until I found that formula. You know when you find that thing that you can
The
sell
equation,
and scale
exactly.
it? I found that thing, and then alhamdulillah, you know, after I left, I was like all over the market, you know. From that to now, like I can't even imagine that time I wouldn't have imagined that we would be here, you know. So yeah, it was a good move.
At that time, you were doing what? What was your side hustle? So for people to understand, you were in the corporate,
Social media.
social media marketing. as an
marketing. So what we did, we jumped on the trend fast. Again, when I tell you go fast, do it now. TikTok was just starting. None of the corporates understood how to create content on TikTok. None of the older generation understood how to do content on TikTok. We did.
agency. Okay.
So we went to companies. We're like, we'll handle your TikTok. They're like, what's TikTok? I'm like, bro, let me do a free video for you
And we'll see.
and see the results. And they were seeing 2-3 million on their videos. No one in his right brain is not going to tell you, come, please
Exactly.
do this for me, right? You know, problem, I'll do this for you. This is the invoice.
Exactly. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's get started, you know?
How did you start to work with your brother? How this combination happened?
Yeah. So he was going viral on TikTok. He understood the content side. He's a very smart guy with content. Capturing attention for him, it comes very natural.
Okay.
For me, I'm good with selling because part of my background is marketing and sales.
Okay.
Sales is a very important aspect in anything you do. So he's like, how can I monetize this on a higher level? And funny enough, there was a lot of companies and people trying to take advantage of his talent. I said, no. Why should you work for someone else when you can work for yourself and make 4, 5, 6, 10, 20x the money that you will make? He was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I'm with you on this one. He was young. He was around 16, you know? So while school, while university, he was still doing this, and we were still also getting other team members and training them on how to do the same job. And then I was selling, they were creating. I was selling, they were creating.
Very
That's how we
nice.
started. Yeah.
Okay. And then how did it move? So you left corporate, you created this kind of agency with your brother.
Yes.
And then how the evolution came?
Yeah. So we were the first people to convince some of the business tycoons to come on social media and come on TikTok especially.
Okay.
And these business tycoons, like they've been there for years and years and years. Like for example, Al Habtour. And when he started TikTok, he didn't believe in it. But when he saw the results and he started seeing people on the streets recognizing him, He's like, wait a minute, this is important.
Okay.
So then we were like, you know what? Let's focus on personal branding. Then through evolution of how the company evolved, we moved it from being an agency to becoming a platform for the entire industry to learn about personal branding. Because nowadays, even Elon Musk is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that this is just the start of the iceberg. And if you aren't on social media, it's like you're silent. It's like you're invisible.
True.
Right? So that's why our tagline is transform from unknown to unstoppable. Because really, like, I've seen people and people that worked with us that started with practically zero, and now they're making 4, 5, 10, 20x what they made before as entrepreneurs. These are already entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because of your face. This is probably the most important asset you have, other than your time, of course. Your face. How people recognize you, how people view you, how people associate who you are, how people, the kind of respect they give you, the kind of knowledge they learn from you. Why are they following you? So a number of leads and the number of business we get just from people saying, DMing me like, hey, I want to work with you.
Okay.
They don't want to work with another marketing person. They don't want to work with someone else that does events. No, we want to work with Ghazi and Ayman because they know us. They believe us. They've been there for our journey. We're public about our failures. We're public about our wins. Alhamdulillah, I have nothing to hide. And I always tell Ayman, if only one person benefits from whatever it is that we're doing, I'm happy. Because that person might end up going and changing the world.
True.
You never know, right?
Let's stop at the personal branding. How do you define personal branding from your perspective?
Personal branding is how people view you and what people associate when they think about you,
Okay.
right? Or if they think about a niche, for example, marketing, you're the first person that pops in their head. That's
True.
effective personal branding.
Do you influence it? Can you, like, you're bringing somebody on board
Yes.
and tells you, okay, I want to build my personal brand. Can you influence this perception through the tools the positioning that you make?
Yeah, but the kind of content you create, the kind of positioning you do, the channels, the strategies, it's definitely something that you can change about yourself. You can be someone that's in marketing, but making the switch to real estate, right? It will take time. Again, Samsung, it's like you were in Samsung, right? How did Samsung start? It was a toilet paper company, right?
Even rice company.
Exactly. So how that transformation didn't start and one day they were doing this, then they switched to something else. It took gradual change, and then that's what the new perception of you would be. If someone is an entrepreneur and has a conglomerate of many businesses and things like that, then obviously the strategy of showing these different angles of someone comes out. That's how you would show it.
True.
You know what I mean?
What do you see that people are doing wrong these days with regards to personal branding?
A lot of people are just creating videos for the sake of creating videos, and there's no strategy behind it. There's no, like, if I ask someone, where are you going in the next 5 years with your personal brand? A lot of them will just be like, yeah, I'm just going to grow followers. I just want to get more engagement. But that's not how you get more engagement, and that's not how you grow followers. You need to have a proper funnel to monetize. Because end of the day, the bottom line is, how can I monetize? Why am I on social media? To grow my business, to grow myself, to grow my business, to grow my community, to establish something. Yes, Anna, my mission is bigger than that, to influence and help people live a better life. Yes, that's me as Ghazi. But most people, they would just care about money, you know? So how do you have that road to monetization? Are you going to be building a company? Are you going to be building a modules and course and teaching someone something? Are you going to be hosting events? Are you going to, I don't know, promote affiliates? What is it that you are going to do? And you need to be able to do it in a way that comes off as authentic. Because I see a lot of people in the market, they get a little money. Yeah. And then they'll start talking about whatever you want. Pay me 30,000. I'll start talking about whatever you want. And I'm not saying that's wrong. But if you want to get rich, do that. You get 30,000, 40,000, 100,000. I've seen these rates in the market for people that have 2, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. You want to get wealthy, you build your own systems. You build your own marketing. You build your own products or services, and you start blasting. And I've seen people that done this properly and they're making millions a month.
True.
Yeah.
People will be watching us now and say like, okay, I'm gonna want to build my personal brand.
Yeah.
If you're gonna tell us like, okay, because like people now can say like, okay, I'm gonna go to restaurants, cafes, or put the phone in front of me and say whatever it is and post it. What would be your top 3 things that they need to do to start properly build their personal brand?
See, in this day and age, AI is like insane. Even if you're too lazy to create your personal brand or too busy, I don't believe in too busy, but even if you're too busy, there's something called AI avatar. You can program this and make it say whatever you want. And you can even scrape the internet for the most highest views in your niche. If you're a food blogger, if you're a, I don't know, investment expert, if you're real estate, whatever you is, you can scrape the internet for the best performing reels and performing scripts. And there are actually tools for that. And if you like, I can share these tools on my social media. Once you do that, you import it into AI and it'll create scripts that are tailored towards you with these same strategies of how they went viral. We tested these and it got us insane results. Not just for us, for some of our friends, some of our clients, for Ayman, for some of the people that we manage exclusively under our talent, you know? So yeah, that's how I would advise you. Like, utilize AI to the level. The second advice would be, always the first step is where people get stuck. So your first video, your 10th video, your 20th video is not going to be the best, but you're going to start learning, right? The more you post, the more you start learning. And then that's when you start adapting and finding the unique style that you like. Do you like a podcast style? You like a walking style? Do you like just inserts of your life and then voiceover? There's many different ways of creating content, right? Are you someone that does just interviews, street interviews? So there are different ways of creating content, and there's no right or wrong answer, but it's what you're most comfortable with. Me as Ghazi, I'm someone that has a lot of things to say and a lot of knowledge and things to share. So I'm more comfortable with podcast or talking to a camera or something like that. For example, creating content with brands and things like that's not something I enjoy. So I don't do that. Although I get a lot of offers, I tell them I'm sorry, but we have our own things going on, you know?
You started with like, this is like what? Like how much do you earn per month? Something like that on TikTok? Or
that's
Ayman.
Yeah.
But you guys work together, right?
Yes.
You got the idea from abroad, of course, right? Yes. And you implemented, you saw an opportunity that's happening abroad. You had the guts and the balls to adapt it to our region, and you went after it. Tell me about this experience and how long did it take until it clicked? Because a lot of people start to have an idea. Let me implement it today. In 10 days, nothing happened. Scrap it. There is another idea happening. Let me try it. 10 days. So it's from failure to failure.
Yes.
Tell me about this experience.
Ayman started creating content before me. So he was on social media trying different things. Again, I said, when you start your journey, you determined to do something, you start adapting. Same like companies, a personal brand adapts. When they grow and they learn and they become more professional, they get better cameras, they get better lighting, they get better things, right? But most important thing is to start. So when he got the idea of to ask people, what do you do for a living? He was already maybe 6, 7, 8 months into creating content. He was creating different kind of content, street interviews and food reviews and just reviews of entertainment and things like that. Things, relatable things around Dubai, basically. Or relatable things to Arabs. That was his content. Then when he saw an opportunity to connect with people through the what you do for a living, because it's a very interesting niche. You are connecting with the top 1%. Who can drive a Lamborghini and a Ferrari and Rolls Royce or whatever car it is, right? So it's the 1%, right? So it was a very interesting thing for him to be able to enter that. And it was literally a week after that trend started in the USA. So he was like, it was that fast. He caught on very fast. And then we saw a few cars. It was an event. I acted like his manager. I was like, oh, he has 50,000 followers. Can he come in? And then I swindled my way into it. We saw the cars. We saw the owner. What do you do for a living? It went viral. That was that break for Ayman. People thought that he started from the what you do for a living. He didn't. It was actually us together, but he didn't start from that. That was his break.
He tested many things before.
Exactly. He tested many things before, and then until this was his break, so he found his formula. So what some people do is they find their formula that goes viral, then the next day they go and do something else. Why? If this is working, double down on it. If it's working, change the format, change the words, change what it is, keep the same structure, and double down on it. Ayman reached to 3 million followers from just doing that. Yes, now we do other things.
Yeah, true.
Because we're expanding and people got bored, and just to keep people interested. But
agency, TikTok, took the big names in the country, made them available on social media, especially TikTok. Then the move was to create a platform for that, or what was the natural evolution of it? So the Brand Me Summit came where?
I'll tell you. So I've never said this before on any podcast, actually. So you're getting an exclusive right now. People were coming to us in the comments, and when they see us, hey guys, this person is very interesting. Like, I don't know, Firas Lemsaddi or Al Habtour or Al Abbar. How did they do it? What was their breaking point? I had so many questions. So we were like, you know what? Let's create it into a podcast.
Okay.
And then people were not satisfied. They're like, no, this podcast is not enough. You didn't ask them all the questions we had in mind. We didn't give them this. You didn't give them that. We're like, what do you want? They said, can we have part 2 with the same person? We said, no. This person is very busy.
True.
We can barely book them to just, although they are friends, they love us, they respect us, we learned a lot. A lot of them are my personal mentors, but they're very busy people. We cannot get them to another podcast. However, what the common denominator for all of them is personal branding. And that's where we called it Brand Me Summit.
Exactly.
So that's where we said, okay, we will gather all of our network under one roof, and you'll be there. You get to ask them questions on stage, interact with them, get inspired, and learn how to create a legacy brand that inspires trust, inspires action, and is able to monetize very, very easily at a high level. Not just give me 30,000 or 40,000 dirhams and I'll say whatever. No, this is a brand that inspires trust, and people buy from you because they believe in you.
So the platform was created from that, right?
Yes.
So you created before two Brand Me Summits, right?
Yeah, one. We had a very successful one Brand Me Summit. This is number 2.
That's the second one.
Yes.
The coming in November. Tell me about the experience of the first one.
So, yes, I'm not going to lie to you, right? Yes, we had the reputation. Yes, we were well known. Yes, we were, people that have some kind of authority in the market, but it was our first time in events. So people, or especially the sponsors, thank you everyone who sponsored last year and is coming also this year, they were going into this blindly. So they were going into this because Ghazi and Ayman, not because I believe in the vision, not because I believe in the event, not because anything. They said, Ghazi and Ayman, I'm going to give you this money, but I'm not that convinced. Okay. And this is where I told them,
trust.
When you come on board, it's my mission to go over and above to make sure that something decent's gonna. Alhamdulillah, we got $50 billion of total net worth under one roof. We got around 2,500 people that attended, and this is QR scans.
Yeah.
Right? Not on that, the feedback following the summit, till this day, they kept telling us, please, we want summit number 2. And I didn't believe that it did that much of an impact until I went down on the streets and started asking people that attended. And we found out a lot of people started increasing their salaries, increasing their careers. If they're entrepreneurs, they started making $10,000, are making, $10,000 is like a mark for everyone, right? Yeah. They started making $30,000, which is 100,000 dirhams. Some people started making $100,000. I was shocked that this was the effect of the summit. They told me, I met my mentor in the summit and I stayed in contact, and that's how I made my first $100,000.
Wow.
So that's why I do it.
The first summit, how many speakers you had?
Around 45.
Wow. How did you manage that?
they're all personal contacts. Again, when we say we're bringing $50 billion under one roof, these are all personal contacts. So they came to speak because they love us, because we've supported them before. We've created cool content with them. They like our energy. They like the drive. They like our age as well, because we were much younger. So they were like, you know what? These guys are doing something big. We want to be on board before anyone else is. And it was a crazy success.
True. A lot of people looking at, like you, your brother, you created a summit, a conference, an event. I say, of course, they've been in the media for quite long. They have all this network. Most probably have the money. So of course it's easy. But having a summit, having an event, it's hell of a work.
Lot.
So I want you to share with them, what is the hardest part of creating an event? Is it the getting the speakers? It is the venue? Is it the sponsors? Is it the selling the tickets? Is it the logistics? Like, we can go forever.
Everything's hard, man. Everything's hard. But I'm not gonna lie, for 3 days I didn't sleep. Last summit, if you remember, Ayman's fight was 1 day before.
Yeah.
So it was 3 days, no sleep. It was challenging. Yes, we did not make money last year. It was, breaking even, or even we spent a bit from our pocket, but that's fine, because we believe in the bigger mission.
And building. True.
We believe in building. We believe in giving back. And again, that's when I told you, I don't care about money. I'm a person that cares about inspiring others, even teaching others what I know, and teaching others what my network knows as well. And they were so happy to share. They were so happy to engage, because they saw that what we're building is actually authentic. Because a lot of other events, you can feel the superficial, underlying tone that comes in.
Yeah.
Our tone, that tone was not there. We made sure that the tone is authentic, and we made sure that people that are coming are gonna get value, because that's my promise. And what am I without my promise? So I take my promises extremely serious. And for me, it's not a promise, it's a commitment.
True.
When I say something, yes, very challenging. From all the things you asked, I was, just putting out fires here, and here. But at the end of the day, we were all, me and my team, we were all working towards the same mission. We're always working towards the same goal. So we ended up pulling it off. Yes, there was some gaps. Yes, there's some things that we're gonna do better this year. But overall, and the feedback, not just the feedback that came to me, because it might be skewed. Some people don't want to tell you bad things. I actually asked other people that are third parties to get feedback.
Collect the feedback.
And it was, about 90% good. So 90% is not bad.
I love that you said that we jumped in events. We don't have experience in events. Tell the audience, what is your blueprint? So a lot of people say, okay, I have an idea, but I have no idea what to do it. So I park it. So you got an idea, you want to create an event. Never created an event before.
Never.
And to be honest, you're not creating an event in Kuala Lumpur or whatever. You're creating an event in Dubai.
Very saturated.
Very saturated, very competitive. People will compare right away. So every second day there is an event. But you had the guts. Okay, we'll put it over. We're gonna make it happen. So what was the blueprint?
If there's a will, there's a way.
True. True.
There's no secret sauce. It's just we built on the strength we had. We had the network, and we also had good relationships with venues. So we were able to secure these two things. When these two things were secured, then we went out and started pitching for sponsorships. Alhamdulillah, last year it was a bit more tough, but we did it because they were buying into something blindly.
True.
Right. They even told us. And it was very tough. So they were buying into something blindly. This year, we already established our name.
True.
Because it's of the promise and the commitment I did to the sponsors last year, that they're believing in us, not just believing in us, they believe in us now 10 times more, because they thought we couldn't do it. How were we able to do it? We chunked it down. So obviously I didn't do it alone. It was me, Ayman, we had a team, right? Bootstrapped, but we had a team.
And you said one thing very important. I'll put it in a different way. You have the power to leverage.
Leverage.
You leverage your network.
Yes.
You leverage your existence rather than, okay, I don't have any idea of how to do an event. No, I know people. I know venues.
Yes.
Let's do it. And you made it happen. What were the lessons from the first event?
The lessons we got is we need to focus more on, making sure that the flow of the event, these are like more operational things. It was very minor things that happened wrong during the event, but all of them are things that we noted down and we make sure that we learn from them and we make something bigger, because this year we're expecting 3x the amount of visitors because of their friends that are telling them, I came to this event, I met this person and this.
Referrals.
See, there's some other events that teach you tech and entrepreneurship. Some events that are teaching you how to get followers and create content. We're teaching you how to brand yourself so you can start making millions. Because that's how they did it. And I'm not teaching you. I'm not saying I made it. I'm still making it as you do. I'm still failing every day. But I'm getting you someone who has really made it, And that person is teaching you, whether it's going to be in media, real estate, fashion, beauty, automotive, tech, whatever subject it is, it's there. Because it all falls under the personal branding.
November
22-23
in Dubai, the second edition of Brand Me Summit. What people expect?
So this year, there's going to be more hands-on workshops. We're creating some really fun, engaging activities during the summit. They all filter back in to personal branding, whether it's tools that you use, whether it's like, for example, there's a live podcast that's happening. This is, I still didn't announce it, but there's an
exclusive.
Yeah, so there's a live podcast that's happening, and anyone can come in and
be on the podcast.
Be on that podcast. There's a live workshop to learn, like, for example, you asked me the question, how would someone get started with content and what's the thing? So they will teach you step by step. Now I'm saying it. I cannot say it on a podcast. It's not a lecture, but they would actually tell you, step 1, do this, step 2, do this, So it's hands-on. And at the same time, we did $50 billion last year. Ayman was telling me, let's do 80. I was like, let's aim for 100. So you can imagine the kind of opportunities and the kind of things that you would be exposed to and the kind of people that you're exposed to. Because frankly speaking, yes, the event, you're going to come to the event, you're going to sleep, the next day you're going to wake up. Some people might get that experience. But some people are going to go into the event, get inspired, get that energy around them, start copying what that person did, and start executing. And these are the people that I found, and their testimonies were crazy. Some other people I found, and they were like, yeah, it was a great event. I enjoyed it. Okay, what did you do in this 1 year? It's been more than a year, actually. It's been a year and a few months. They were like, nothing. Like, then why did you come to the event? I wanted to start learning,
But didn't do the action.
I didn't do it yet. So what I'm trying to say is, I want people to come to the event and get inspired to the level where they start taking action. How do they do that? Yes, learning from these big speakers is always an amazing thing, and it's good for the mindset. But then if you don't have the tools and you don't know how to put 1 + 1 = 3 or 1 + 1 = 2, and how can I make it to 3 because AI, that's how you start learning, and that's how you start building the stuff that you need through the workshops, through the different activations, through the different tools that you're going to be exposed to, through the different activities that's happening.
I love that.
Yeah.
How many speakers do you have this year?
So we're looking at around 60 speakers.
Versus last year was 35? 45.
So 60 speakers, this is main. And then you have a lot of coaches and experts that are going to be giving workshops. Sessions. So total around 100 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be happening where?
CUD, in the heart of Dubai, City Walk. Amazing venue, beautiful atmosphere, to the extent that they even expanded the venue so it can actually host around 5,000 to 6,000 people.
That's amazing. Will you share with the audience like examples of who are going to be the speakers? Or can you share it now?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have Mona Katan, we have Firas Lemsadi, we have yourself, we have Danube owners. We're having multiple conversations with other real estate tycoons as well. I'll be sharing the names very, very soon. We have a lot of big content creators like Movlogs, all of the Dubai Blink cast. We have some big investors that you might know that like to invest in companies.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say.
Wow.
You might understand. I cannot say because it's IP rights.
Yeah.
But you might know who is coming. So there's really interesting people. And from now till the end of the month, there's going to start being announcements on semi-daily vibe on our Instagram. You can stay up to date. However, there's early tickets and there's wave 1 and
It's
wave
up
2.
now, right?
Everything's live right now.
Where can they find it?
On the Instagram, it's called brandme.social.
Perfect. I'll
Right.
put it in the description as well.
Yes.
Guys, grab it. That summit is crazy. You can't miss it. Where are you going with the summit? You know I'm a big fan of what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Where are you going afterwards? Or what don't want to say like particular things.
Yeah.
In generic, in general, where are you going? Where are you taking it?
This is a platform. We're not an agency. The agency model that we had still runs in the background. This is more of the Ayman's team. They take care of his content. They take care of his contacts and all of and these kind of things. But Brand Me is a tech platform. It's gonna have tools. It's gonna have AI tools. It's gonna have modules. It's gonna have so many things, which was actually already done, but we're just launching it slowly towards the event. And then in the event, it's gonna be the big launch of our tech platform.
So it's gonna be an absolute platform that people can jump on.
Yes.
Get the tools, get the aid,
Full
the guide.
360 personal branding platform.
Wow.
Whatever you need from personal branding perspective, it's there. And at the same time, the summit is the core of what we're doing, because we realized when we did events that we love it.
True.
It's so nice. The energy, the atmosphere, the knowledge, the co-creation, and the amount of people that told me that I started my brand at the Brand Me Summit. I met my partner at the Brand Me Summit, I changed my life. I took the decision to change my life at the Brand Me Summit. It's not just one summit that changes your life.
That's a real
obviously, but
fulfillment.
that's how it is. And it's a fact, and it's something that we work day and night to make sure to get you industry drivers. You tell me, what do you mean industry drivers? Yes, they're leaders in their industry, but they're one step on top. So when I say one step on top, that means they tell you where we're going in the next 50 years. And they dictate where the entire market's going, because when they start something, they start the trend. They don't just apply the trend, they start it completely. And then you start seeing the other competitors like, oh, he's doing this, I want to start doing this. But guess what? Too late.
True.
So that's who you're going to be learning from. And
are we looking for expansion beyond, I would say, like GCC, Middle East, 100%. Dubai?
We have so many conversations. I don't want to. Now we announced Brand Me Summit Dubai in November.
True.
I don't want to announce what's coming next, but we are going to be going to other Arab countries, Levant countries. We're going to go to GCC countries. We might be going to some African countries. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Really, very proud of what you're doing. And I'm sure the mission or the journey that you're on is really worthwhile. So keep pushing after it, and I'm sure you're going to get it. I want to switch to another tangent.
Yes.
Disconnect.
Yes.
What the hell is this? Let me brand you. Let's get the thing online.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm tired. Let's disconnect.
Yeah.
From where
it is very different than what Brand Me is. But I'll tell you why. I don't know if you've realized this, but when people are spending too much time scrolling, there's a keyword here. Because Brand Me, you're spending time creating content and sharing your knowledge and having a net positive impact on earth. Whether you're a comedian, you're making people laugh, or whether you're cooking, or whether you are a business person that's teaching them how to make money. When you're scrolling, do you remember the last thing you scrolled? You don't. But again, then why do you do it? we did some research and we ran some numbers, and we found that someone spends 20 to 30 years of their life just
Shit.
scrolling.
20 to 30 years.
Years. So by the time someone reaches 90 or let's say 100, you're talking 30 years of their life is spent scrolling, whether it's that scroll on the metro or that scroll
On the bed, on the couch.
or when you're in the restroom, I don't know. But if you calculate all of this and if you see your average time on the phone scrolling, and you'll tell me, oh, I work on my phone. I'll tell you, yes, no problem. You work on your phone. You can see the breakdown of what apps you're using. Oh, Instagram is the first one. What are you doing with your life? You know?
True.
So we wanted people to be present. And not only present, we wanted people to connect. Like now we're connecting. Yes, we're filming it, but we're connecting. We're building that relationship because that stopped being there. People just are in their own zone. You talk to them, they don't listen. It's not a healthy environment and a healthy lifestyle. And what I like to say, like, do you really know your parents? Have you asked them questions about their childhood? Do you know their favorite color? Do you know where they met and got married? Did you ask them ask them about their experience of marriage? Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. You know, maybe you want to get married. Ask your dad a thing or two about his first car. See how his face is gonna light up, you know? We stopped having these personal touches, even with family members that are the most close to us, like family, like parents, for example. So we wanted people to disconnect, and the only way we were able to express disconnect is through wear, active wear. So we have casual wear, we have active wear, and now we have, inshallah, a new collection coming out. And all of these collections are inspired by our travels, me and Ayman. We have like some Chinese elements, you have some Thai elements, you have something from Lebanon, something from Levant, something from, you know, for example, Egypt, you know. So we're kind of like creating something cool.
I loved it.
And
I loved it.
We do host mini events. Like they're not events, they're more like gatherings for Disconnect. And we plan the events around games and activities. I kid you not.
Offline.
People are not using their phones. We don't take your phone away, but it's very engaging and it's very fun. And they're all games that would force you to speak to each other.
Rather than just get the phone up.
Rather than just scroll and tag and like and share DM or whatever. They force you to talk to each other. So that community started knowing each other now.
I love that.
It's like growing, you know? So it's fun. It's fun. It's like a side project. It's more of a passion thing for me and Ayman. He was telling me like, oh, I want to create a brand and this. And he's like, I like to hustle. I'm like, yes, you like to hustle, but do you disconnect? It's like, that's a good brand.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you disconnect?
Yes.
Do you disconnect?
Do I disconnect?
Yeah.
Of course, all the time. I make sure to take some time away from social media, away from the screens, away from everything. I go for a walk. I catch up with a friend. I go to a cafe. I like to go to cafes alone. I don't know, call me weird, but I enjoy it. I have a good coffee and I do some thinking. Or I look around, you know, I go to a fancy hotel. I have a coffee there. I'll look around at the ambience. I'll see what kind of conversations are happening. It clears your mind. And then when you clear your mind, you know, when we say, oh, I have mental fog, I'm not able to focus. Why?
True.
Yeah. I zap myself.
Okay, this is a good one.
I zap myself.
Okay, zap yourself. You need to explain the zap because that's a crazy one.
I'll explain to you. So this machine,
it's not a whoop. Okay,
it's not a whoop.
Yeah, it's not. So
see, we're exposed to a lot of different stimulus that previously in the world was not there. So be it in the food was not that much available. I'm talking back in the time.
Yeah, true.
Okay, even as back as our grandparents, right? Yes, they had groceries and things, but it wasn't that processed. It wasn't that this. We're exposed to stimuli from the phone, you know, continuous scrolling, dopamine hits, tuck, 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 tuck. This was not there few years when the BBM was there or even the Nokia phones, you know, it was not there.
True.
We're exposed to screens on the phone, on the computer, on your Netflix, on your this. In your car, there's a screen now. And it's as big as a TV nowadays, you know, with these crazy Chinese cars. So how can you stop yourself from these bad habits? Literally,
So guys, he's just saying now, F discipline, use this. I'm gonna buy one today.
no, there is discipline and everything is what gets you started.
That's a good one.
But this is what keeps you committed,
True.
right? It's very addictive. Like the food you eat nowadays,
Of course.
the screens, the dopamine hits you're seeing from Netflix, because it's all engineered to keep you hooked. So the brain and someone likes to take the easiest route. You know that already from psychology. Us as humans, we don't like to take the hard way. Some people do it, but it's against the human nature.
True.
Now imagine the easy route becomes the hard way. Why? Because if I take the easy route, I get zapped. If I sleep in the morning, I got zapped. If I feel like I want to overindulge in food and eat
Mac,
unhealthy,
for example.
yeah, or order some of the fast foods that we know is bad for us, but we still do it, you get zapped.
Explain what is a zap.
It electrifies you. Straight up electrifies you. So
It gives you a shock to wake you up in a way.
yes. And then what happens in your mind, it's creating that pathway telling like this is wrong. You know, when you were a kid, your parents said, Dida. No. This is the equivalent of the Dida for adults.
True.
You know? So it zaps you to make sure that you stick
To the path.
to the plan. And the hard path, which you think it's hard, it's actually not hard. It's the right path, and it's the path that's going to give you the most fulfillment long term. It's the easy path. It's supposed to be easy path. But us as humans, unfortunately, we are programmed to take the easy route because our primitive brains, hard means danger. Hard means this might attack me, you know? Unfortunately. But this rewires your brain, and you're actually not allowed to use it for more than 40 days consecutively because, you know, you're rewiring your brain
true.
essentially, right? So it's very effective. I've been using it for 1 month and a half almost. I obviously took it off and on, but I lost 8 kg, for example. That's something that I wanted to do. I'm more focused on work. I'm waking up earlier. Any other, you know, habit that you want to get rid of, like smoking or biting your teeth or whatever it is, biting your nails.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll try it.
See, sometimes بالعربي بيقولوا الحرب بالكي.
بالضبط.
You know? There's خلاص, you tried discipline, you tried to stick to your routine, you tried to do this, and you went back to your old habits.
Exactly.
What do? You start zapping.
Exactly.
Finish.
That's a lovely one. I would try it, and I'll tell you, because I'm a smoker, so I want to stop smoking. So I will zap myself and smoke at the same time.
See, maybe if you smoke, let's say 4 cigarettes, or 10 cigarettes a day, you start smoking 3, because you know there's a zap.
True. It's coming.
It's not a you tried it. It's not a you don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's not a nice feeling, you know.
We'll make another episode and we'll talk about it. What's the effect? If I switch the topic and I asked you, what success is to you now versus 5 years back?
5 years back, oh, that's a deep question, huh? 5 years back, I didn't have my company, so success to me was leave and open my company. Imagine, like you as an entrepreneur, leave and open your company is day one.
True.
For me, that was, oh, khalas, I'm successful. Then I quickly realized, leave and open my company, you gotta be ready for the hard days. Yes, alhamdulillah, I had this success, but I'm not shying away from my failures. I was bankrupt 3 times. After each bankrupt, I came back 2-3x more. Yes, that happened. But matter of fact, on the days that I was bankrupt, on the days I was on zero, I had the stamina to keep going. Why? Because of my second definition of success. I'd rather sleep on the floor outside with nothing than work for someone else's dream, work a corporate job that I'm not fully satisfied with. And the third thing that I consider successful now is me even helping one person change their life and take that step. And I kid you not, you can check, I don't make any money out of this. It's just me as giving back to the community and seeing people grow, because that's how you will grow as well. Because a lot of people, they gatekeep and they don't want to share, and They want to see you as, oh, I'm successful, and they don't want to, you know, spread their knowledge. But then what is the real impact that you're doing? Yes, you sold a product. Yes, you created a successful business, but did you change someone's life? You know how big that is. You don't just change that person's life, you change that person's entire family's life. You probably even change that person's future family. You see that kind of impact that you can create on people. That for me is a win. That for me is a success, even if I didn't make money out of it, you know?
If I flip it and I ask you, what is a failure that happened to you? Was a big one, but you were, I would say, grateful to it. Like, I'm happy that this failure happened because I learned a lot.
I gotta think for a minute. Huh?
I hate.
That's a very deep question. See, there was a lot of failures in my life. I'm all grateful for them. At the start of my life, I was not going in a right path on a personal level. You know, I was with the wrong people, doing the wrong thing, and yes, on that instant and that standpoint in time, you tell me, are you happy? I'll say yes. But the long-term effect of that lifestyle was very degrading on mentally, health-wise, everything. And also it kills your motivation. You're going out every day, you're staying up late, you're going out, you're partying, you're doing this, you're doing that. So it kind of like killed the motivation that I had to rebuild and do something. And it reached a point in my life where, yes, it was rock bottom, you can say, you know? And what I say, there is no light without darkness. So when I reached that point in my life, I said, Ghazi, this is not what you're here to do. And it just took one decision, one day, one night, to completely change my life. And that's when I decided to leave corporate, and then also decided to live a better, healthy lifestyle. That's what doesn't mean that, yes, I opened my company, I did not fail. I failed. I just said I was bankrupt 3 times already, and I'm fairly young to be bankrupt 3 times already, but I move fast, right? So each one taught me something, but my biggest lesson is that, and I feel like that's what brought me closer to God, brought me closer to my family, brought me closer to people and things like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, like you, with all your business verticals, you were in touch with, I would say, high performance people, successful, millionaires, billionaires, through your podcast that you did, your work you did as for your clients, the summit. What was a common trait you found common between all these people that made them really successful?
They do it now.
Speed.
They really do it now. Like, funny story, I was with one of my clients. We were telling them, we didn't even sign the contract, right? We're like, yeah, personal branding, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. He took out his phone. He's like, let's start now. I was like, no, we'll come with a full plan. Or, no plan. Start now. I was like, are you kidding? He's like, no, I'm serious. That's how fast they moved.
Now.
That's how fast he moved. Like, that kind of speed, imagine that kind of speed in business.
True.
What kind of stuff you can do. Yes, they might be right decisions, but they might be very wrong decisions. But I feel with that kind of speed, the more right will outweigh the wrongs that you'll do. You know what I mean? So that was one thing. Another thing that they taught me was respect. You know, with anything they did, they were grateful for the wrong things. They were grateful for the right things. And for me, sometimes when something went wrong, I would feel bad and start blaming myself. And, you know, my motivation, but my morale goes down.
True.
You know, these people, when they failed is when they got more determined. I didn't understand. I didn't sit well with me at first. What do you mean? Like, you failed? Like, khalas, you know?
It piss you off.
Yeah, get angry, scream at someone, or, you know? And then they were like, no, that failure is the cost I'm paying for success. That failure is what, you know, is gonna make me more determined to prove to myself. They said I'm not proving anything to anyone. I'm proving it to myself. So that kind of dedication and fearless thinking is also very valuable to learn from someone that would be on paper living the life that you wanted, you know,
True.
or what you aspire to be to do or to become.
We're in the Alpha Talk show. I have the nugget question. How do you define an alpha? What's an alpha for you?
Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha is someone that gives back. Yeah, that's the true alpha. You ain't scared. You ain't less. You ain't losing anything, but you're too much to gain.
True.
Because I believe in the power of unity. Look at, mashallah, the United States. Look at United Arab Emirates. You know, like they came together. They built something great. They grew together. They went up together. Now look at where we are versus 50 years.
Exactly.
On Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Umm Al Quwain. So Fujairah. I don't want to leave anyone out. Ajman.
The list is long.
So this is the power of unity and the power of supporting each other and giving, you know. And yeah, it's a prime example of an Arab country that united and gave
Power of unity.
it all and didn't think of themselves and they thought of us, you know. So that's why Alpha should give.
Give back.
What would you say an Alpha is?
No, it's correct. It's giving back. Person who move fast. The person who takes the tough decisions. The person who is a non-stop, which means the stop button is broken. A person who assert himself into situations, which has. There are a lot of people, like you tell me an idea and I sit back and I think. Alphas are the people that assert themselves into and taking actions. I love this, but I want to get a little bit deep inside. Who's the human sitting in front of me? So I have a section called the pure human behind the alpha.
Okay.
I'll ask you a couple of questions.
Let's do it.
We'll get to the human.
Human Ghazi.
Exactly. So when you look in the mirror, without the followers, the fame, who's Ghazi?
A little guy with a dream.
Boo, I love that. I love how you put it. What's part of your story that still hurts to talk about?
The dark path that I went through. It wasn't the best time of my life. I did lose some friends. I lost some loved ones. So, yeah.
What moment made you question everything?
There are some times when, you know, you go through a tough time and when, let's say, for example, you end up going broke, let's say, you learn a lot from that. And it puts a kind of stress on you that, am I or am I not enough? You know what I mean? And that's where you have two choices. And that's something my dad told me. You either stand up right now, you finish the race, or you're gonna stay down. Really, man. Like, he said that to me. He's like, you either stay down, or you choose to stand up right now and finish the race. Because if you stand up right now, that means khalas, your willpower is there. You're gonna keep going.
Exactly.
But if you stay down,
It's finished.
it's like khalas. It's not. He's like, it's not wrong, but you're not gonna reach where you want.
Have you ever thought of giving it all up?
Giving it all up.
Yeah, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yalla, we go Bali. We stay. Live there for indefinitely. وخلاص.
Ever
Enjoy.
came through your mind?
I don't know. Anna, for me, I want to give back. So whatever way I can, I will. So for me, again, I don't care about the money. And if I would give up my money to do some good in this world, I will do it. I don't mind.
In your quietest moments, what truth comes up most?
Quietest moment?
Yeah. Nothing. Zap yourself.
Quietest moment, what comes out? Someone would lie to you to tell you, oh, I have some self-doubts sometimes. I have doubts on what I'm doing, or how, not what I'm doing, but how are we going to accomplish certain things, that we're working on. Yes, there's always there. But then at the end of the day, you got to work. You got to do. And then the rest is on God, Because, and this is something actually I wanted to touch upon, yeah? A lot of people, they say, oh, manifest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against it. But if I get a piece of steak and I manifest it into a cooked piece of steak, if I manifest from now till I die, it's going to still be a raw piece of steak. So manifest, let's take action.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Don't sit there.
Vision it and then
don't sit there be like Ferrari. It's not gonna Ferrari. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have that skewed idea of manifestation where, in my darkest times, I manifest.
Doesn't work this way.
Come on, man. Like,
True. Doesn't work this way.
It's do work.
And hard work.
Hard work, good work. Yes, then you'll see that opportunities that were not there start coming. It's not that the opportunities start coming. The opportunities were there, but you weren't ready to take them. You didn't have the skills. You didn't have the network. You didn't have the ideas. You didn't, So that's how manifestation works. At least for me. I don't know.
Exactly.
If you have another thing, tell me, please.
If there is a manifestation that can cook steak, we need to know.
If I do this and I get Ferrari or steak or something, no problem.
Back in the days, did somebody tell you something that hurted you and you've never forgotten?
Yeah.
What was that?
I was bullied a lot. But I was a stronger kid, so I used to bully the bullies.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone started getting scared of me.
And you never forgot this period?
Yeah. It was, as a kid, you're growing, you're starting to develop as a human. And then getting bullied is not ideal. But it gave me tough skin. So now anyone tries to bully, I don't care. And I developed that bully the bully,
Mm-hmm.
So that attitude and mentality has always been there inside me. It might not be the right way, but again, that's how I was shaped as a person.
Working with the brother, with family, comes with pros and cons.
Yeah.
So, what are the pros? And I don't want to say what are the cons. What are the advice would you give to people watching us that they want to work, let's not say brothers, but family?
Yeah. No doubt it could be tough, but thank God for me and Ayman, we're one team. So we have that mentality that I don't mind if my brother is better than me. I would be very happy and very proud that he's doing better than me, because we're brothers. Who else would I want to be better than me than my own blood and brother, And a lot of people sometimes don't have that mindset. But alhamdulillah, we do. Yes, we fight 100% in business. You fight with anyone, right?
True.
Fight with your parents, with your spouse, with your brothers and everything. But at the end of the day, business is business, life is life. So we might have disagreed on something. After 5 minutes, we're eating shawarma.
Exactly.
That's a rule. That's a rule that we put. Like, yes, we fight, let's say, in the meeting room. Outside the meeting room, we're friends. We come back to the meeting room, we continue our fight, no problem. Outside, we're friends.
Exactly.
So keep that barrier of friendship and business separated, and things would go well. Who else would I want to trust if it's not my brother?
True.
People say don't do business with family. Yeah, with who? With who will I do business? Who will I trust more than my brother, And they say that because it might create some pressure, friction, and things like that. Well, that's normal with any relationship. Like, if you don't have friction with your brother, and do you really have a relationship? I was talking to some friends and they're like, I haven't spoken to my brother in a few years. What?
True.
Then why is he your brother? Or she is your sister?
And I think one good, also strong thing that you guys have is that you're complementing each other. You're not overlapping each other.
The skills we have are very complementary.
True.
So each person handles something and we keep it that way. And he's very good at certain things. I'm very good at certain things, and it kind of works very well. If there was some overlaps, I'll tell you there might be more problems. But again, if you have come to it with that mindset, like, listen, we're family, you know. End
We
of
have
the
each
day,
other back.
exactly.
True.
Exactly.
What will be the last message you want to leave the audience with today? Which message?
Do it now. That's my keyword.
But do you know this? Do you know the story of Do It Now?
No.
You know, I forgot the name. Who wrote Think and Grow Rich? Napoleon Hill. Okay, the guy who co-wrote Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill. He was a self-made billionaire, and he contributed his wealth to one thing. What was it? Exactly this. Do it now.
Interesting.
He kept saying do it now to himself over 100, 150 times per day. So when he's walking, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, meeting, do it now, action, do it now. He kept saying the word do it now to himself over 100, 150 times a day to make all the actions on the spot, not to wait. And he contributed to exactly do it now.
That ideology.
It's the exact statement. Do it now. And you know, I have it on my speaking decks.
Yeah.
Literally.
There's power.
Yeah.
There's power in
Do it now.
action.
There's no tomorrow. Do it now.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yep.
Ghazi, I really loved the conversation.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure that everybody watching the episode will really enjoy it to the max. A lot of knowledge. I love the journey. I love how the guys are expanding and growing, complementing their business, and actually giving back to the community and the society. So thank you for being with us today.
Appreciate
Hope you
it.
enjoyed it. And I look forward that the Brand Me Summit number 2 in Dubai, 22nd and 23rd November, will be something above all the expectations of everyone. And I'll be putting the link for the tickets in the description. And I want to see all the alpha guys in this summit. Thank you once again, and I wish you all the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That wraps another inspiring episode of today's show. I hope that this episode has ignited your inner alpha and left you feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. Remember, alphas aren't born, they're made. It isn't about dominating others, it's about embracing your authenticity, leading with integrity, and making a positive impact on the world. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the Alpha Talks on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review and share the podcast with your fellow alphas. Also connect with us on social media at Seif El Hakim. Share your thoughts, insight, and stories of personal and business growth with us. Let's create a movement of alphas supporting one another. The world needs more alphas like you exactly. Until next time, stay bold, stay driven, and stay alpha.